Hey, welcome back to the Comic-Con Africa YouTube channel. Today we are speaking to somebody all the way from Uganda. His name is Ronald. Hello, Ronald. How are you?
Hi, I'm very fine. Thanks for having me.
That's good. That's good. Thank you so much for being here. How's life up there in Uganda? Everything all good?
Everything is good. Things are kind of getting back to normal. I guess businesses are opening. And for us creatives, I don't think it really stopped on the computer all day. But
Yeah.
things are great. Yeah.
No, that's good to hear. So you are the the creative director rather of Clan of the Kings, which is a development company based in lovely Uganda. Tell us a little bit more about your job title and what it means to be a business in the business of video games in Africa.
Okay. So my job title, basically, I am the creator of Sunjata as a story. It started off as a comic book, and, and now that we are integrating our comic book stories into gaming, my job really is to make sure that the depiction of what we created in the story comes out as well as it did there
Mhm.
into the game. And really, the whole purpose of this was to break open that pathway for African gaming and also the telling of mythological stories
Sure.
that are African born, and to have that in game, because I think as interactive media, there's no better way to get people involved.
Yeah, that's so exciting. So now tell us a little bit more about Sunjata. It's in the video behind you. It looks absolutely incredible. How was it working on that?
uh, Working on that has been great. Sunjata is a story about a wanderer slash herbalist called Ka Menelik, um, who really is on a path of self-discovery and trying to fit in a society that does not want him.
Mm.
Um, this is something people find out in the game, but it is a hack and slash adventure, African mythology, and working on it has been great. It's helped me learn more as well about African mythology stories, African mythological stories that maybe I had not found out about.
Yeah.
And just to bring those into a fun, interactive media has been quite the journey. It has not been easy, but it's been worth it.
I think that you bring up such an interesting point there. Often you see video games exploring Norse mythology and Chinese mythology, and there's a big, massive area to be explored under the African mythology. So that's extremely exciting for you guys to dig into.
When we started doing this, at first it really came from a place of we just wanted to make a game,
Mm.
and we wanted to prove to the international industry that Africa can make this type of game. We see a lot of mobile phone games come out, and that is, really respect to those people who have held it down this far in making African mobile phone games, trying to break through into the industry. But we saw an opportunity to also break through into the console and high-end PC gaming, and we thought, that's something that deserves to be done. That's something that we wanted to do. And then, along the way, it also became this fun thing. And we're like, oh, let's also just make it look really cool. Let's make it look as cool as possible. That when people look at this game, it's not about, oh, that, it's an African game. We just,
Yeah.
oh, that's a really cool game,
Yeah.
and that has been one of the driving forces for us.
You bring up a really, really interesting point about having, all these different platforms. You have PC and you have mobile and you have PlayStation and you have Xbox and you have consoles and all of the lot gathered together. How does, with me not being involved in game development, how does developing for a console differ from developing for a computer? Is it a matter of when you press export, you say export to PlayStation? I'm sure it's a little bit more complicated than that. What is the development process and how does it differ from others?
Well, the development process really is in detail.
Yeah.
When you make a game for mobile, it's required to be light. It's required to be light so that it can be faster. Um, there are a couple of, I guess, mechanics that might be overly complicated for a mobile phone game that you wouldn't really put in there.
Mm.
And it's really to the point. Mobile phone games are like to the point. It's meant to grab you
Yeah.
right from the moment you open the app. But I feel like with PC games and console games, there's a growth to the character. You kind of have to um, develop with the character, and that involves a different kind of storytelling. That involves visuals that have to impress. I believe in quality. So as where mobile phone, you could get away with not going as that distance with like let's say details on a bit of armor. You could get
Mm.
away with that with mobile phone games. But when because we went with photorealistic. Now, when you choose to do that, when you talk photorealistic and you're talking guys who have like custom gaming PCs with like a lot of RAM, and
Yeah.
they're expecting to be impressed. So there's that pressure, I believe, where you are trying to also accommodate to that type of quality. Not to mention that with a game like what we're doing, when you look at games like God of War, Last of Us, the first game, you're looking at games which really was stunning all round. You're
Yeah.
looking at games that the story complemented the graphics complemented the environment complemented the mechanics, and that is the same thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to really give people this experience that feels like you are watching a movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the difference. You can get through a mobile phone game without worrying about some of these elements. But when you're talking PC console, they are really important.
Sure. That's really interesting. I mean, I'm busy watching the video behind you. It looks incredible. How long has it taken you to get to the point where you are now?
Actually, this video is a bit old,
Wow.
but it took us to get to that point. It took us 1.5 years, almost
Jeez.
2 years actually. Yeah, we're just almost at our second year, and a lot of things have changed. For example, I think you can notice from the video, it was a bit darker. We now kind of brightened it up a bit to kind of give more of a sunset Africa feel, the savannah. When
Yeah.
we're looking at our old videos, we're like, oh, as cool as it is, I don't think people really feel that African vibe. And we will be releasing new videos soon. But it took us like around 2 years to get to that point, and now
Jeez.
we're in our third year. And yeah, it's been quite the journey.
Jeez. It is so cool. Look, Ronald, you got my buy. Like, I will 100% get it on launch day. I'm super excited for this game. For the people that want to follow you, for the people that want to see the trailers as they come out, maybe drop you a message, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, really simple. We have a website, www.sunjata.africa. We have a Facebook page, Sunjata Told. That's Sunjata, and the same for Instagram. And those are our main at the moment channels where we are putting a lot of our content. Um, yeah, so anyone interested can always go there. You see videos, you see images. We got some great character artwork. I'll be releasing new character artwork soon. Right now, we're really working on the enemies because we really want people to have a good time hacking away at
Oh, yeah.
some cool looking enemies. Yeah, so that's where we are right now. And that's how you can find us.
Awesome, Ronald. And can I be cheeky and ask for a release period, a release window? Have you got any idea for that?
We have our first estimated timeline, which should be Q1 next year.
That's so cool.
This is only because of a few delays that did hit us this year, because it was meant to originally, we had planned to release it this year, by the end of this year, but things had to be pushed to Q1 next year. So,
well, Ronald, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for answering the questions. At least now I know that when it comes to making a game for console, it's not just right-click, save as, export to PS4. At least I know that. Thank you so much for coming on. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. As always, if you want to learn more about Ronald and the fantastic game Sunjata, you can go check out the Comic-Con page. There'll be information in the description below. Thank you so much for coming by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much to Ronald, and that's all.